University. Do you consent to the interview?
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you date a trans woman?
No. No.
Why?
Not into them.
When you say not into them, what do you mean?
I'm into straight women.
You're heterosexual.
I'm heterosexual, yes.
And you, sir?
Same, and religion.
Am I allowed to ask what religion? You don't have to answer.
Christianity.
Christianity. So in the Bible, you live your life by the Bible, the commandments. It's a sin, and the way you live your life is that God created man, God created woman, and you're heterosexual. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
When you say religion and you mention Christianity, that's what you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
We good? Hi, we're at Queen Mary University, and we're asking male students whether they date a trans woman. I have to ask, firstly, do you consent to the interview?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Would you date a trans woman?
No.
Why?
No comment. No comment. Have a good day.
Cheers, mate. Would you date a trans woman?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Finally. Why?
I don't know. I've never thought about it, but I thought, why not? Yeah.
But essentially, we talk about top and bottom surgery. Obviously, we know that there's a rise, a huge spike in those people identifying as transgender. So, XY chromosome, born biological male at birth, you would, again, not assuming your orientation, you would marry a trans woman.
Yeah, I still think so.
Would you date a transgender woman?
I dated transgender women.
So, biological man, XY chromosomes. Again, I hope I've got that right.
No.
Why not?
I am an African, so I consider I'm very traditional. So it will be somebody I can present to my parents can be my girlfriend.
Sure. Yeah. And is that preference? And you're saying you're heterosexual male, or is that religious?
It's not religious, it's natural, because I will consider that person as a man.
Biological male?
Biological male, yeah. So I'm not so sophisticated to that.
So are you suggesting that you're heterosexual, your sexual orientation is heterosexual?
I'm heterosexual 100%. And for somebody who transformed from a man to a woman, I have not grown up to accepting such as a man, as a woman.
Because they'd be a biological male with XY chromosomes. They can't reproduce, you can't have children. So it doesn't matter how they present as a woman. We've heard a lot of men today say, well, it would depend how they present as a woman, how feminine, how female they are. And they've neglected to focus on the point that they are biological male.
It will be registered in my mind that this person was a man. So I won't be able to think of that.
Sure. Makes sense. Thank you. Amazing. Would you date a trans woman?
I'm not sure, to be honest. So.
Would you date a trans woman?
No.
Why?
Not sure.
Not sure. What are you not sure about?
It's just I haven't met one, so I don't know what it's like and how the vibe will be. So you never know, though.
So what I find interesting when I ask this question is it's completely a transparent question, but a lot of people don't say to me, could you tell me what a trans woman is? Because if someone asked me at my age, I wouldn't necessarily know. Yeah. A trans woman was born biological male. Yes. And that's not hateful or discriminatory. The LGBT lobby would argue that. But what they then argue, and this is why we interview like this, is that gender and sex are two different things.
So I think if you're born a man, sometimes you have more chromosomes of women. So most probably you would be more in the feminine side of the man.
Sure.
So
maybe feminine sports.
Born like that, then I totally agree with that. But however, if you're a guy and then you want to be in the everyone's doing it, I want to do it as well, then I wouldn't consider it as correct as being a transgender. But if you're born like that, then I would totally agree.
So that's a really diplomatic and great answer. But so you're absolutely right. When I was growing up, a girl who was a tomboy was considered a tomboy. She wanted to play football or rugby or rounders or dress more boyish or whatever, have a short haircut. It doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that her chromosomes were XX and that male was XY. So my question becomes this. If they hadn't had bottom surgery, if they still had a penis, they're a biological male, it's not a loaded question, would you date a trans woman? Like you're saying you're open-minded, you need more thought process. Yes. My answer would be no, because I'm not homosexual. So I'm not dating a biological male. I don't care how pretty she is, or what part of the world she's from. I'm not dating a biological male. I'm not marrying a biological male. Would you date a trans woman?
No.
Why?
If I knew she was a trans woman,
I wouldn't date her simply maybe because of the social stigma, to be honest, around it. It's not a personal thing. It's just probably because of this, I don't know, social psychological pressure behind it, probably,
For you or for the trans woman, sorry?
for me.
For you, can you expand on that when you say social pressure or stigma?
I think people are not yet able to adapt the views of people changing gender. It's not something that has been yet normalized in that sense. So I think people like me still consider that a transgender person would not be the same as, just naturally born.
Biological female.
Yeah.
Because a trans woman is a biological male. That's even the LGBT lobbies say that as well. But what they're saying is that gender and sex are two separate things, which is why we asked this question. Would you date a trans woman?
No,
Why not?
because of my religion.
And you, sir?
Same reason.
Without inquiring about what your religion is, we speak to a lot of people asking the same question, and they say the same thing for religious reasons.
Yeah.
So in terms of the Bible or the Quran or what, again, I won't presume your religion, what aspect of the teaching of the scripture points you to say, no, I wouldn't date?
Because the nation of Hazrat Lut alayhi salam was destroyed because of transgenderism, and it's considered to be a great sin in Islam to be bisexual or transgender. And I'm a practicing Muslim, not maybe like very much practicing, but I know a bit about my religion, so that's why
Sure.
I do not considering bisexual or transgender.
And you, sir?
So basically, in my religion, I know that transgender is a different thing, but being bisexual is a whole different thing, So if you're a bisexual, it's considered haram in our religion, and I won't date a transgender because of my morals and all, and the bisexual stuff. I don't want to date anyone who's bisexual because of my morals and my religion. Yeah.
So when I hear things about morals and religion, what I'm hearing is that you are a heterosexual male, you are a heterosexual male, and you identify a trans woman as a biological male with XY chromosomes, and you are not homosexual, therefore you wouldn't date or marry a trans woman. Is that correct?
Yes.
Yes.
We're at SOAS University asking male students whether they would date or marry a transgender woman. I have to ask, do you consent to the interview?
Yeah, sure.
Fantastic. Would you date a transgender woman?
I'm gay, so probably not, but definitely a transgender man. Yeah.
So I'm going to have to do my own math now. You have to forgive me. So I don't presume anyone's orientation, and I also have no gaydar whatsoever.
Yeah.
But so you're openly gay,
Yeah.
and a transgender woman is a biological male. That's correct. XY chromosomes. Born biological male.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
by definition, then you would be. Even though they were presenting as a, you have to help me out here a bit. If they were presenting as a woman,
Yeah.
but and bottom surgery as well as top, etc. The fact they were a biological male, as a gay man, you would potentially consider dating.
I think I'm open to anything. I wouldn't say no to anyone based for anything, but I think primarily I'm attracted to male kind of. I don't know the word is here, like
Traits, behaviour.
traits.
So if it was a
so-
feminine transgender woman, that
Yeah.
might not be.
Yeah.